Just 20 minutes a day, your body at 65 will thank you for this. Have you ever caught yourself standing by the window, watching the world outside move by, and wondered, when did life start slowing down like this? Maybe you used to be more active, always out and about, walking places without even thinking about it. But now, the knees ache a little more, the couch feels a little too comfortable, and the days can start to blend together. And yet, deep down, there's this quiet voice that whispers, you still have so much life to live. That whisper? It's not just wishful thinking. It's your body, your spirit, your heart reminding you that movement is life. That you don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Sometimes, just 20 minutes of walking a day is all it takes to feel the shift. Not just in your muscles, but in your mood, your energy, even your confidence. You might be thinking, 20 minutes? Really? And yes, really. What if I told you those 20 minutes could change how you feel about aging? What if it could clear your mind, help you sleep better, keep your heart strong, even protect your memory? Sounds too simple to be true, right? But the truth is, walking is one of the most underrated miracles of healthy aging. So today, I want to walk with you not physically, but through this conversation. Just you and me, having a real talk about how something as simple as a daily 20-minute walk can transform your life after 65. We're going to explore 5 powerful ways it does that, and maybe, by the end of this video, you'll feel inspired to lace up those shoes and step outside with a new sense of purpose. Let's begin with something many of us start to worry about as we age, our heart. You know, your heart's been beating nonstop since the day you were born. That's over 2 billion beats by the time you turn 70. It's carried you through joy and stress, excitement and grief. And it's still here, quietly working, asking only for one thing in return: a little help staying strong. And walking is one of the kindest gifts you can give it. Studies show that walking for just 20 minutes a day helps lower blood pressure, improves circulation, and strengthens the heart muscle. It's gentle enough to not overwhelm you, but powerful enough to create real change. It's like oiling the engine every day. Everything runs smoother. And unlike some medications, there are no side effects except maybe feeling a little more alive. But that's not all. Because when you take that daily walk, something else magical happens. Your mood begins to shift. If you've ever felt a little foggy, a little down, or just stuck, you're not alone. Retirement, empty nests, health scares, they can all leave us feeling a bit adrift. But walking? Walking is nature's therapy. When your feet hit the ground and you breathe in fresh air, your brain starts to release those feel-good chemicals, endorphins and serotonin. It's like a natural antidepressant, without the prescription. Even the act of being outside, seeing the sky, hearing birdsong, watching leaves rustle can gently lift the weight from your shoulders. I remember talking to a gentleman named Mr. Hoa, 72 years old, who shared that he started walking after losing his wife. He said those 20 minutes each morning became his time to breathe, to cry, to remember, to reconnect with the world again. It saved me, he said. And it gave me a reason to get out of bed. That's the kind of transformation we're talking about. Not just physical, emotional. Spiritual, even. And once the heart and mind begin to feel lighter, the body starts to respond in its own quiet way. Muscles loosen, joints ache a little less, balance improves. You begin to trust your body again. Maybe you stand a little taller. Maybe you move through the day with a little more energy. It doesn't matter how fast you walk. What matters is that you walk. Every step is a signal to your body that you still want to live fully, that you're not done yet. And trust me, your body hears you. So if you've been feeling unsure, like it's too late or too hard, let me assure you, it's not. The hardest part is often the first step. But once you take it, something beautiful begins. A momentum. A habit. A quiet rhythm that gently changes your days. And now that we've talked about how walking nourishes your heart, lifts your mood, and reconnects you with your body, let's keep going. Because there are still more ways this one small habit, just 20 minutes a day, can ripple through your life in ways you might not expect. You know what's interesting? The more I talk with people in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, the more I hear something like, I don't want to just live longer, I want to live better. And that right there? That's the heart of this conversation. Because walking isn't just about movement. It's about reclaiming the quality of your years. And one of the clearest examples of this is in how it strengthens your balance and stability. Think about it. How many people do you know, friends, neighbors, even family, who've had a fall in recent years? It's more common than we'd like to admit. One small misstep, and suddenly there's a broken hip, a hospital stay, maybe even a loss of independence. It can feel like life changes overnight. But here's the hopeful part: you have more power than you think to lower that risk. And walking, yes, just walking, plays a big role. When you walk regularly, your legs, core, and posture muscles all stay engaged. Your coordination improves. You become more aware of your body's rhythm and how it moves through space. Over time, that means fewer stumbles, better reactions, and stronger steps. I remember a woman named Colon, 68 years old, living just outside Delat. She told me she started walking every morning around her garden path, barefoot, feeling the stones beneath her feet. At first, she wobbled a bit. But after a few weeks, she noticed something incredible: her steps became more confident. She wasn't grabbing walls or chairs to steady herself anymore. She even started dancing again at her local community center. It wasn't magic. It was muscle memory, reawakened by movement. But it goes even deeper than physical stability. There's something almost sacred about those 20 minutes of walking, a daily moment to be with your own thoughts, uninterrupted. And in that quiet time, something else begins to change: your memory, your focus, your sharpness. You see, walking gets your blood flowing not just to your muscles, but to your brain. It feeds the cells, keeps neural connections active, and encourages the growth of new ones. It's like giving your brain a fresh breeze of oxygen every morning. And the research backs it up. Seniors who walk regularly tend to have slower cognitive decline and better memory retention. But beyond the science, there's the lived experience. The ability to remember your grandchild's favorite story. To recognize a song from 40 years ago and smile. To hold on to your independence knowing you can manage your finances, cook your meals, stay engaged with life. That mental clarity, that confidence, is priceless. And walking helps preserve it. Some mornings, I know, it's not easy. Maybe it's raining, or your knees feel stiff, or you just feel heavy inside. But those are the days when walking matters most. Because the walk isn't just about what it does for your body, it's about what it reminds you of. That you are still capable. That life is still calling. Let me tell you a story about a man named Chuban. He's 75 now, living with early-stage memory loss. His doctor suggested walking, not just for his body, but to help maintain cognitive function. So every day, his daughter walks with him through the park near their home. They talk about old family memories, the plants they see, the shape of the clouds. And every now and then, Chuban will recall a memory from his childhood crystal clear. It's like the walking helps unearth things I thought I'd forgotten, he said. Moments like that remind us the body and the brain aren't separate. They're partners in this journey. And movement, even gentle movement, helps them stay in sync. And you know what's beautiful? These daily walks don't just transform your inner world. They often ripple out into something even more meaningful: connection. Maybe you walk with a neighbor. Maybe it's the same couple you pass every morning and exchange smiles with. Or maybe it's your spouse, your grandchild, or a friend you haven't seen in years. There's something about walking side by side that makes conversation come easier. There's no pressure. No distractions. Just footsteps and stories. These small rituals build community. They remind us that we're not alone, that our lives still matter, our presence still brings warmth. And in a time when loneliness has become one of the most silent struggles of aging, that kind of connection, it's healing. There's a man I spoke with, Mr. Tom, who began walking with a small group after moving to a retirement village. He told me, "I came here afraid I'd be forgotten. Now I have 5 new friends. We walk, we laugh, we talk about old music and new aches, and for 20 minutes a day, I feel like myself again. That's the gift of walking. It's not just about steps. It's about staying engaged with life, with people, with joy. So if you've been feeling a little isolated, or like you're watching the world from behind a window, let this be your invitation. Step outside. Even if it's just to the corner and back. Even if it's slow. Even if it's silent. You're still here. And you deserve to feel the sunlight on your face, the breeze on your skin, the earth beneath your feet. And believe it or not, there's still one more powerful way these daily 20 minutes can change everything, and it's something most people don't realize until they've experienced it for themselves. You know, I think the most surprising thing about building a daily walking habit isn't just how it helps your heart, your balance, your memory, or even your sense of connection. It's how it helps you fall in love with life again. There's something that happens when you give yourself that space, just 20 quiet minutes a day, to move at your own pace. To notice the rhythm of your own breath. To see how the seasons change, one step at a time. It's not just good for your body. It's nourishment for your spirit. And that's the final, beautiful benefit of walking that so many people overlook, a renewed sense of purpose. You see, after retirement, or after the kids have grown, or after we've faced illness or loss, it's easy to wake up wondering, what now? The days can feel long. The silence can feel too loud. And without realizing it, we can start to lose the little rituals that gave our days shape. But a walk? A walk brings back that sense of structure. It gives you something to look forward to. Something to do just for you. You put on your shoes. You open the door. You step outside. And in that moment, even if nothing else is planned for the day, you've already chosen movement. You've chosen vitality. You've chosen to show up for yourself. I remember an older woman, Baumai, telling me, before my morning walk, I felt like my days were just floating by. But now, even if I do nothing else all day, I know I've done something kind for myself. And that makes all the difference. That small act of kindness to yourself begins to ripple outward. You start to notice more. The flowers blooming in someone's yard. The sound of your own footsteps. A neighbor's wave. And slowly, the world stops feeling so far away. Instead, it becomes familiar again. Friendly. Yours. And you begin to feel like you again, not just a number, not just someone who's slowing down, but someone who is still growing, still learning, still alive in every sense of the word. So if you've been waiting for a sign to begin, this is it. Not next month. Not after you lose 5 pounds or buy new shoes. Just today. Step outside. Start with 5 minutes if that's all you can manage. Walk down the block and back. Let your legs remember what they were made to do. Let your heart feel the rhythm. Let your mind be still, or wander, or hum an old tune. Don't worry about pace. Don't worry about distance. Worry only about presence, being there with yourself, one step at a time. And if there's a day when you miss it, that's okay. There's always tomorrow. This isn't about perfection. It's about commitment. It's about returning to yourself, gently, again and again. The truth is, aging doesn't mean disappearing. It doesn't mean shrinking or fading or stepping aside. It means evolving. It means finding new ways to thrive. And sometimes, that begins with something as beautifully simple as a walk. So here's what I hope you'll remember: those 20 minutes a day. They're not a chore. They're not a luxury. They're a gift, a daily reminder that you still matter. That your story isn't finished. That your body, no matter how it feels today, still wants to move. That your heart still wants to beat boldly. That your spirit still wants to rise. And you're not alone in this. If you start walking today, you're joining millions of others who've made the same decision to live with intention, to age with grace, and to keep showing up, step after step, for the life they love. So, my friend, I'd love to hear from you. Have you started walking regularly? What changes have you noticed? Or maybe you're just getting started. What's holding you back? Let's talk about it in the comments below. This community is full of people just like you, thoughtful, wise, and still full of hope. If this message touched you, please take a moment to like the video. It helps more people discover it, and maybe it's the nudge someone else needs to take that first step. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing to the channel. We talk about real-life ways to feel stronger, live better, and age joyfully together. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Truly. I hope you feel seen, encouraged, and inspired to move not just your body, but your life. And until next time, take that walk. Breathe deeply. Smile often. You're walking into something beautiful.